My name is Ximena Sariñana. I'm a musician and an actress. I'm from Mexico, from Mexico City. Ever since I was really young, I really loved music and film. My dad is a recognized filmmaker in Mexico. My mom's a screenwriter, and they started working when I was really, really young. So I was always involved in their projects, and I sort of fell in love with it, and I never really questioned that I was going to do anything else but sing and be a part of the showbiz. When I was around 15 years old, I started to study music professionally, and that's around the time that Warner Music Mexico contacted me to see if I was interested in doing an album, and that was the result was Mediocre, which is my first album that came out in 2008, I think. Because it was my first album, it was a combination of everything that had been an influence for me musically. So there was a lot of pop influence, rock influence, jazz influence. Latin American songwriters were a huge influence in my music, at least in that album. After that album, I was offered a deal to do an English record, which was my second album, which is it's just called Ximena Sariñana. And it was a kind of weird crossover because I'm not exactly the type of artist that you would think would work for a crossover. You know, my music is not necessarily very Latin sounding, and my look is not necessarily like a typical Latina and pop star kind of look. Catching up, the need to run has left me out of breath. And it was also humbling because in Mexico, I am fairly well known, and Mediocre was a really big album. And then coming here, where I had to make a name for myself, and it was tough. It's definitely tough. Now, my album is coming out. It's an all Spanish record, so I'm back in Spanish, and it's the first album that I produced, so it's a self-produced album. And my first single is called Sin ti no puede estar tan mal. Veo bien que ya es muy tarde. Tu voz me dice que esta vez vas a marcharte. And I definitely think, I mean, from what I saw when I was touring here, when I was touring in Japan, when I was touring in Europe, there was definitely people respond to music, and that's what's beautiful about music. There's a universal language. I guess what's really most important to me is what I can achieve as a personal goal, and that's sort of like why I stay true to what I am.